Well, my dear fellow survivor, I'm so honored you're here with me today because today I answer a question that so many survivors have before joining our Music Can Heal Me coaching journey. It's a question I have myself for many years. This question is, if it's impossible for me to heal, then how can I make any progress in terms of healing? Rightfully so. I remember when it felt impossible, so if that's you, I understand how you're feeling. And the answer lies in understanding that every time that we practice a destructive habit, this is us wiring our brain to think and believe that healing is impossible for us. Now the good news is every time we practice a healing habit, we're doing the exact opposite. We're wiring our brain to believe that healing is possible for us. So when I was asking myself that question for years, it's impossible for me to heal, how can I make any progress, etc., 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 I didn't know how to create habits, right? So all I knew was that I'm stuck in the destructive pattern of destructive habit loops that never end, right? I didn't understand that we could actually replace those destructive habit loops with very healing habit loops. Let me explain. Every habit is created the same, whether it's destructive or healing. It always starts with a prompt, otherwise known as a cue, trigger, name it what you will, right? It always brings up an action, right? This could be negative self-talk, it could be a memory, it could be an emotion, it could be anything that prompts an action. So the prompt is there to trigger the action. Then the action happens, right? That's your decision point. Do I do a destructive action? Do I do a healing action, right? Do I go and, get some more of my substance abuse on, or do I get my workout on, right? Which one do I go? Do I go the destructive route or the healing route? And then after the prompt leading to the action, well, it leads to a reward, right? And destructive habits have distinct rewards, healing habits as well, right? So depending on the action, destructive or healing, well, you'll get the associated destructive reward or healing reward, right? If you engage in substance abuse or whatever destructive action you engage in, like I did for so many years, well, you're going to get the short-term fix, right? It's going to feel good, better for a bit. You might forget about the prompt that led to the action. That's your reward, right? Then you're going to go back into it, and you're never really winning, right? You're just getting more stuck in quicksand, right? But if you choose the healing path, the healing action, you get the healing rewards. Well, guess what? Whatever those rewards are, whether it's creating more dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, epinephrine, all those feel-good chemicals, whatever it is, right? Your brain is getting trained to believe that you can heal. So remember, every time that a prompt comes up and you're about to do an action, you have a choice. That's your decision point. Do I do the healing action? Do I do the destructive action? Always remember, in order to choose the most helpful path, that you're going to get the associated rewards, whether it's healing or destructive, right? And every time you complete a habit loop, you've trained your brain a bit more to either believe that you can heal or believe that you cannot heal. So once I understood this, I started changing, right? Every time a prompt occurs, it's the same prompt, right? Whether it's a thought or a memory or an emotion or, right, whatever it is, it's the same prompt, didn't change. What changes is my ability to stop and reflect. Okay, this happened. I see you, prompt. I recognize you. Am I choosing the destructive action that I'm used to taking? Or am I choosing a more healing action now that's going to lead to much better rewards? Bird agrees, right? Much better rewards. So stop yourself. Ask yourself, which path do I want to go on? Over and over again. Doesn't mean you always have to choose the most helpful path. But if you ask yourself that at each decision point, right? Which action? Helpful? Unhelpful? Depends. Do I want the unhelpful rewards? Do I want the helpful rewards? Do I want to believe I'm stuck forever not healing? I can't heal. It's not possible for me. It's not attainable. Or do I want to train my brain to believe it's possible so I actually start making some progress? And then just act accordingly and get those rewards over and over and over again as consistently as possible so that you can actually believe that you can heal, because you can, right? I believed I couldn't heal. I now know that was not true. That's really, really limited belief. So my dear fellow survivor, I say this with all my heart. Please take good care of yourself, and may you be filled with music and heal.